Hey, I'm Shannon Baylor Henderson, blogger for inkpensandcoffeecups.com, and today I'm going on a thrift store run. So, if you've seen a previous blog from me about designing a creative space that inspires you, you'll notice that a lot of the items that I purchased came from the thrift store. Well, today, as I mentioned in the blog post, I try to visit the thrift store at least 2 to 3 times a week. And on Tuesdays, they have a 25% off sale. So this morning, as I was on Twitter, one of my followers and one of the people that I follow, her name is Musina, and she is a vocal and musical genius. So go and follow at Musina on Twitter. But she talked about a dream jar. And I thought it was a fabulous idea to have a place to house your dreams. And so I replied to her that I thought it was a great idea and it's something that I wanted to add to my creative nook, aka my office space. So, on a quest to create a dream jar with a little bit of a spin, I decided to head out to the thrift store and see what I can find. So, I'm going to share my haul with you, talk about how much I spent, and what the real story is behind this jar.
I am amazed by you. I had to get the nerve to tell the truth that you bring the light into my dark day. Because you got the lead.
Hey, so I'm back from the thrift store, and of course, I had a great time and I picked up some things that were totally unrelated to this project. But I did pick up something really, really great related to this project, and it's this. So, this is going to be my official Muse jar. And the coolest thing about this Muse jar is that it was really, really inexpensive, although it has a lot of character. So, I went on a Tuesday, and down here at my local CHKD thrift store, you receive 25% off your purchases on a Tuesday. So this was, I don't know if you can see it, $2.98. And then with my 25% off, it was, I don't know, it was cheaper than $2.98. I can't remember the receipt because I bought other things that had nothing to do with this project. But I picked out this Muse jar or this jar because I like the character, I like the dimension, and most importantly, the opening was large enough for me to stick my hand in. And the point is to be able to grab a sheet of paper or my muse that will go in here. So I can tilt it if I need to grab something. And because I can't just go in and swirl around and pick something, it makes it kind of random which ideas will populate in this jar. So this is my Muse jar. Now, right now, it's kind of plain. It's just a plain old jar. But I plan on adding some more stuff to it. And one of the things that I picked up, this wasn't from the thrift store. This was actually from the dollar store, which is even better because it makes this project less expensive, is a roll of ribbon. So my idea is to use this inexpensive roll of satin ribbon to add character to the jar. I haven't quite decided what I'm going to do with it yet, but I saw it, I thought about it, an idea, a muse. The jar became my official muse, and it inspired me to pick this roll of ribbon up. Additionally, I grabbed this Sharpie paint pen. So, of course, I'm a fanatic of pens, and this is my first time really seeing a paint pen. I don't go into arts and crafts stores, so they've probably been in existence for a very long time, but it's my first time running into it. But it's an oil-based. Sorry, I have glitter on my hands doing other projects. It's an oil-based paint pen, and the color is a metallic gold. So I think it'll go really good as a contrast to the clear jar and the off-white satin ribbon. So I'm going to begin putting my Muse jar together, and let's see what happens. See you in a few.
Kind, I can't ignore you. It seems that you rule my mind. You make me wanna try you, 'cause you look like you are magical. Oh, you're something I never seen before. Oh, you make me wanna try you, 'cause you look like you are magical.
Okay, so one of the things that I decided, remember I told you about the ribbon. One of the things I decided to do was to take it and use the paint pen and put some really inspiring words on the ribbon. So I came up with a lot of words that are related to writing, and I just kind of put them along the ribbon. This isn't my best penmanship because it's really hard to write with a oil-based paint pen on a satin ribbon. It's really difficult. But the idea was still there, and that was just to add some literary terms or just some ideas that inspire me or words that inspire me and put them on the ribbon. So, because I'm a writer, I use these words, but if you're a musician, you can use musical terms. If you're a dancer, you can use dancing terms. Whatever type of artist you are, you can put the terms on your ribbon if you're creating a muse jar and use it to inspire you. So once I added the words to the ribbon, I decided that I would take the jar and I would put the ribbon on the jar and use it as a decorative piece. So now I'm going to apply the ribbon to the jar and let's see how that works.
'Cause you look like you are magical. You're something I never seen before. Oh, you make me wanna try you. Keep it going, that's right, baby. 'Cause you look like you are magical. That's right, baby. You're something I never seen before. I'm not really into relationships, just wanna wind my heel. It's like I'm lying, I wanna spend quality time and tell everybody you're mine. And you would never rush me, I mean it would take time.
Okay, so now I have my muse jar created with the ribbon on it, and I think it's coming together nicely. It's something that's inspiring to me. It has a story behind it. I personally went out and I looked for just the right jar that could fit my hand in perfectly, and I came up with words that inspire me, and I added them to the ribbon and tied the ribbon around the neck of the jar. And I thought I was done until I said, well, maybe there's something else that I can add to it, a label. So I went on my computer and I downloaded some fonts from Creative Market, which is an excellent resource for things like fonts and templates and things like that. But I went on Creative Market and I downloaded some fonts, and I just printed them in two different colors. And it just says Muse Jar. So I'm going to put a label on my jar to let people know if they come in my office what it is, but also just to kind of tie in the project and bring it to an end so that when it sits on my shelf, it's complete. It tells a complete story. So I'm going to apply the label to the jar, and then voila, we're done. And I'm going to show you what it looks like finished and filled with music. So hold on. Okay, so I have completed my muse jar. And so here it is. I'm proud of it. It makes me feel happy, and that was the point, to create a project that made me feel happy and it made me feel inspired. So here's the jar for $2.98. Here's the ribbon that cost me $1. and the ink pen was about $1.50. Oh, and I need to mention that the jar was on sale, so it wasn't $2.98. It came to like $1 and some change by the time all the discounts had been applied. And then, of course, my label, Muse Jar. How cool is that? My label, Muse Jar. So we have the jar that was about $2, the ribbon for $1, the pen for $1.50, and then the label. And for less than $5, I am inspired for a very long time. So the idea of the Muse Jar was to be able to put all of my ideas. I'm constantly thinking, I'm constantly writing, but I don't have time to really write everything that comes to my head, especially since I'm a writer for hire. So I wrote down some ideas, and these are just some very generic ideas that I came up with just for the point of the Muse Jar, but to show you what it is. So, right here, I have a series of romantic short stories. So, because I don't have the time to write it right this moment, when I'm feeling inspired and I need an idea of what to write, I can come to my Muse Jar and pull out an idea. So that's how all of these ideas are. So here are three more ideas. And like I said, I'll just grab a random sheet of paper like I've been doing, and I'll just drop it here in my Muse Jar. And then when I'm looking for something to write, whether it's just something brief or just to jog my memory, I'll come to my Muse Jar and I will pull something out. And the coolest part is that it's totally random. I never know what I'm going to get, but I know that these are my ideas, and so whatever comes out will be totally awesome. So I'm so excited. Project complete. My Muse Jar is done, and it will happily sit on my shelf as one of the things that will hopefully one day make me a bestseller. So that's it. Let me know how you like it. Feel free to do your own. I would love to see your version of a Muse Jar, and if I become inspired to do any other project, I will definitely create a video for it. So, my name is Shannon from inkpensandcoffeecups.com. That's where I help creative entrepreneurs turn their ideas into a profit machine. And I'm also a writer for hire with I'mShannon.com. So, thank you for watching my video and seeing my idea come to life. And shout out to Musina, who gave me the incredible idea to put my dreams in a jar and hug them really closely. So thanks. See ya.